Welcome back to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 95.
And that is the number for Lightning McQueen on Cars.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his
Actually,
number.
never seen Cars.
Really?
Either one of the movies?
There's
wait.
three.
I was going to say, never mind. I think there's three.
It's three and no.
Really? The first one's good.
First one's good.
First one's good.
I think I've seen parts of it when it was on display at Walmart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 was the most confusing, and I just watched 3 the other day, and I gotta say, it did not get any better.
No.
But the reason why Owen Wilson's character, Lightning McQueen's car was 95 is because that was the year that Toy Story was released, 1995. It says it right here.
Okay.
Right there.
Right there. We have a lot to talk about tonight. We have a lot to get into. But I think we should mention our weekend first.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should too.
Yeah.
For the very first time, something really big for our podcast that we're super excited to announce is that we were guests for the first time on another person's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So that was recorded and it was live streamed on Facebook Live. And that video is now on YouTube. So that was Juice in the Morning podcast. So his Twitter handle is @JuiceInTheAM.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look that up, and he's got a lot of it pinned to his profile, so you can see either the YouTube or his YouTube channel is Juice Kelly.
Yeah.
So you can find that. But yeah, we had a great time.
He does a lot of interviews. So,
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I think we could have hung out with them.
Oh yeah, I think we actually decided on we decided earlier, but we went down on Saturday night. That we recorded on Sunday, but we went down to Indianapolis, which is where their podcast is at. We went down there on Saturday night and got a nice hotel room. Thanks, Brett.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And just kind of partied it up in the hotel room and went out to dinner and hung out and did a little mini celebration, just the three of us. But Josh and I were on the way back home and we're like, man, I think it would have been fun to actually hang out with them on Saturday night, kind of break the ice a little bit.
I don't know if Shane hangs out with Justin though.
Well, I would assume so.
I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, they're co-hosts with each other, so
Yeah.
why not?
No, I think that would have been fun. Maybe next time.
The only issue I had with the hotel was the water.
Yeah, I don't know how that happens.
Freaking
I was asking
cheerleaders. That's what the issue was.
I was asking my dad today. My dad works at a hotel. He's
maintenance.
Maintenance. Thank you. I cannot find my words tonight. It was either very cold or cold. There is not an in between, or I seriously would, Brett, when you came out of the room and you said, my God, we don't have any fucking hot water. I tried to take a bath at 6:30 and I had no hot water either. So from 6:30 to 11, when we checked out, there was no hot water.
It was due to the cheerleaders.
You can't say that for sure.
Well, that's my theory. It was so great being on the Juice in the Morning podcast. Different,
it was fun.
Different to see how other people do it. Like for us, we have a different setup.
It's funny. There's a lot of podcasts out there, and I bet every one of them does it a different way.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sure everybody does it.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's all the same thing, but done a different way.
Well, and even down to the equipment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's just very...
What's so funny?
Well, for one, all right, I'm going to make this super kind of raunchy. It's all the same thing, but everyone does it differently. And I was going to say, I was going to say kind of like sex. And Brett said, all the way down to the equipment.
That is brilliant. Wow.
All the way down to the equipment.
That's
right down to the equipment. Write it down.
I would love to do it again, whether they be on ours, us be on theirs. It's nice to connect to someone local.
Well,
I mean, they're not super local, but they're local.
I feel really bad because I feel like when we actually first started doing this podcast, we had 2-3 people come to us and say, hey, I want to do an interview.
Oh, absolutely.
Or I want to do
But we weren't ready at the time.
And I was just the only thing I could think of was oh my God, no, I mean, it's too soon. I just freaked out. And even this time I was kind of hesitant to do it. And I'm like, no, we got to do it. We got to do it sometime.
We're just about to hit 100 here. I think we're good.
Yeah, I thought it came at a good time.
Well, there's a difference between having our friends on and doing an actual interview.
It's because we control this environment.
Yes.
Having people here, and we say...
Well, and the times that on the regular show, the times we've had guests are because one of us was either not here or thought they may be incapacitated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was at one point, there was one episode I didn't have a voice. And I tried.
And
Rick came on.
And Shane came on for
me.
You.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hold this. I have not announced this yet, but I've said this to you guys already.
What?
I'm going to have the best track record for our podcast.
You will.
Yeah,
I
will.
absolutely.
You'll miss
so far.
sooner or
so
later.
far. I will. There will be a time where you guys will have to do this without me.
Yeah, that'll be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, you'll be gone on Valentine's Day.
I will. But it's for a good thing.
You're going to
I'm going to a musical.
A stage performance, and we're going to have another guest on.
Anyways, to go back to our weekend. So what was your guys' like favorite blasty blast of the weekend? Other than the podcast, obviously.
I think it was probably watching Not Another Teen Movie.
That was good. Yeah. That was a fun time.
And I found it funny that you and I, Brett, were pointing out things that we never noticed before in the movie.
You guys really were, yeah.
But we were also watching the unrated version or something.
Yeah, which we have before.
I know, but there's a difference between both.
My favorite thing was taking the selfie. With Juice.
Oh, I got to use a selfie stick for the first time.
Yes, you did. That was
your
we
should invest in one of those.
It's actually a pretty good investment for those reasons. So what I thought was funny, and I'm gonna judge Juice on this. Yes, I am.
You can't do that.
No, I'm just.
You know what?
I'm referring back to his segment.
He's probably thinking. What the fuck?
Yes.
I can't steal his segment.
No, we won't.
No, I'm not. I'm referring to him. So anyways, I'm calling Juice out on this. So Juice is like, to me, Justin, who's the host of Juice in the Morning, he is like 7 feet tall.
He's not. Okay.
I know.
No, that was funny.
Tall.
We walked into the house and
all
we're like,
short.
in Fort Wayne, we don't grow. Because both Shane and Justin were like 6 foot something.
I know. So
and we're just
they look smaller in pictures. So anyways, that was the first thing they said. So, but what's funny was after the podcast, they wanted to get a group photo to use for social media. Justin, who's the tallest one, like I said to me, he's like 7 feet, but he gets in front of everyone with a selfie stick. So he gets in front of everyone.
So he wants it way up.
And he wants it way up. And I'm like, well, hey, dude, hand me the selfie stick. Go sit in the back. I was like, you're like 7 foot something. And I'm like 5 foot. I'm like, we're all going to fit in this. Trust me. And what's funny is I grabbed it and I realized, oh my gosh, I'm actually not as young as I think I am in my head because I didn't know how to use a selfie stick.
You didn't know there was a button at the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's Bluetooth.
It is.
Okay, that's what it is?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't ask. But yeah, so he's got his phone up there and I'm like, all right, it's like, okay, and I posed for the picture. And I was
you didn't do anything. You just
so
like sitting there, it's like, wait a minute.
It's like, do I wave at it to take the picture, or do I say, hey, take the picture?
Some phones you can actually just say shoot.
Yeah, like that.
My phone, you can do that.
Yeah.
That Google Pixel, you actually say take a selfie, and it'll. After the championship games, I just kind of forget about football until the Super Bowl.
Yes.
All right. So
it's happening this weekend.
Weekend. So
time of recording.
Need to pick the winner and the score. The rules, I guess, will depend on who you pick. So I'm going to pick the Patriots.
Of course you would.
Because I think they will win. So who are you all picking?
I'm going to be biased and say the Eagles.
And you?
I'm going to say the Eagles.
So you guys need to pick a score. I'm not going to pick a score because if the Patriots win, I win.
That's true. If they win, they win.
So why are you saying we have to pick a score?
Because then if the Eagles win, there has to be a winner between the two
of us to see who's closer.
So you need a score to pick a tiebreaker.
You should just do the score anyway.
I think that you should just.
Well, I'll pick a score, but it's not going to.
Yeah,
matter.
Bonus points.
Yeah.
All right. So Brett, you want the Patriots. Josh and I want
Eagles.
The Eagles. All right, Brett. What score do you think it's going to be?
I'll go 27-20.
34-21.
I'm going to do 24-20. It'll be on for sure.
Super Bowl coming this Sunday. I actually wonder if they're going to have the Han Solo trailer out for that.
Ooh.
Last week. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might see a Han Solo trailer. I've never been to, what was that thing? The party to celebrate the year of the town?
Bicentennial?
Yeah. So I had never been to a bicentennial party before. Have you done that for?
Nope.
Where are you from?
I guess the closest thing would be like church potluck.
Okay, well, I've done plenty of those.
Yeah.
So we did that for, where did we go? Blunt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Agar.
Blunt and Agar. Yeah, so in South
Agar's
Dakota.
the one where the guy kept on grabbing your ass.
Oh, yeah. And so, so that's a little story while Josh is putting this together that we can tell. So we went to this bicentennial party in Agar, South Dakota, and we went with all of our friends, which a lot of our South Dakota friends are really...
mountain boys.
Yes. So they're big, bulky guys, and you don't want to mess with them. And we were dancing around, and guys were drinking and whatnot. And Josh and I were dancing, and all of a sudden, like, I felt my ass get grabbed, and I looked up at Josh thinking it was him and whatnot, and I just didn't think anything of it. And all of a sudden, I was like, realized Josh's hands, like, aren't on my waist. They're, like, somewhere else. My ass gets grabbed again, so I turn around thinking it's, like, one of our friends, and I'm like, man, our friends wouldn't do that. So I turn around. There's some fucking drunk-ass guy who keeps, like, going up to me and grabbing my ass. So I, like, turned around, and Josh saw him, and then gives him this look like, dude, what the fuck? So he comes up to me to go grab my ass again, and Josh pulls me away from him, and he was super drunk, and his friends were just laughing, and I don't remember, I think it was like our friend Garth or Luke, one of the two said, what's going on? I'm like, this fucker's grabbing my ass, and like all of a sudden all 5 South Dakota guys like get in front of me like,
Build a wall.
dude, like don't touch her. Yeah, so it was nice to have like everybody, it was like a wall of men just like, do not touch her.
Oh yeah, they got real buff.
Yeah, I know, they all like did the whole put your chest out, make yourself look big.
Oh yeah, farm boys.
Like don't mess with them. So
Yep.
I guess thank you guys if they're listening. That was very nice of you.
Anyways, T-shirt Tuesday, the giveaway.
Yeah.
We totally forgot about it. And
Do you want to go over T-shirt Tuesday real quick for the people who've never heard about it before?
So T-shirt Tuesday is our giveaway that we do on our Twitter page, which look up at PTOUnlimited, and you will see normally our top pin post will be our T-shirt Tuesday giveaway. All you'd have to do is follow us on Twitter, retweet the post using hashtag PTO giveaway, and like the post, just for a chance to win our Aftercast shirt.
So who won our T-shirt Tuesday for the month of January 2018? This shirt is exclusively yours because no one else has it.
The Aftercast.
The Aftercast T-shirt. So that would be Nick and Vince's podcast. They're from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, I know Minnesota.
They talk sports, movies, pop culture, science, history, and sometimes have a guest.
Oh,
that
So I'm
sounds
going to say it sounds
familiar.
a lot like us.
very similar to us.
All right, so Nick and Vince's podcast. Hopefully you're listening, and you can contact us via any social media, really.
Absolutely.
And just let
Or
us
our
know.
email.
Or email us at
PTO Unlimited. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you got it.
Okay, at PTOUnlimited@gmail.com.
Yep.
And just let us know, hey, I listened and I won.
I win.
And let us know the size of your T-shirt, and we will send it to you.
So speaking of,
And we want a picture with you in it so we can post it.
I just want to thank all of our audience members because this has been the best month we have ever had.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
super excited to announce it.
Yes,
January.
January of 2018. So far, it's been a long
so thank
month.
you guys for all of the listens, all the downloads. Like, this has been like a great month for us.
Very much so. And
like eyeball popping.
I also want to say happy birthday to Alex. It is her birthday today.
Yay, me.
And yeah, I didn't get you anything yet because we got the weekend together.
Oh, okay.
Alex gave me my gift on the
Yes, she
precast.
did.
It's sitting
I
right
did,
there.
and I look over at it, and I want to play with it every time I come up here.
What?
Shut up. Shut up.
So happy birthday to Alex.
Happy birthday to me.
Yay.
I'm not super excited about it. Having a January birthday absolutely sucks, but I will say for a January 31st birthday, today was warm.
It's beautiful.
It was beautiful outside, especially for living in cold, stupid Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm kind of siding with him. I want to know and don't want to
But
know
get
my
this.
neighbors.
If you have kids,
Yes.
that changes everything because you want to socialize your kids. You got to make sure that your kids are hanging out with the right group of families.
Yes.
Maybe.
This is a way to get them introduced.
I'm also a very...
We don't have kids.
I am definitely that friendly person that whenever Josh and I move to a new place, and I've said this before, I want to go knock on a neighbor's door and introduce myself and say, hey, just let you know
But
I'm
we
your
have been
neighbor.
burned by bad neighbors.
We have been. We've had a really nasty streak of neighbors lately, so
Yes, we have.
it's kind of pushed me away from doing that.
Hashtag the first purge.
So I guess you knew about this and I didn't. And
Well,
I don't know why you didn't tell me.
I knew it was a rumor mill.
Oh, okay. So
Apparently it's not.
the next Purge movie is coming out, and I guess it's a prequel.
Are you okay with
which
that?
I kind
I'm
of
good.
thought
I'm good with that.
it may go prequel.
It kind of has to.
because Since the first movie, it talks about these founding fathers, and nobody even knows what
I
that
know.
means.
So I've always wanted to know. That's what I like about. So like when we watch the paranormal movies, they always talk about the history of before this, and they always talk about it. So that's why I got really into it because of the story. Yeah, it
Right.
scares the shit out of me, but I'm really interested in the story.
Right.
The interesting thing about it is that the marketing shot that they have is a red hat with white lettering
Oh,
that says
no.
the first Purge.
Really?
So that makes you think that it's
A Trump
tied
thing?
into Trump thing, which not surprising coming from Hollywood that they may interpret negativeness towards the right, but whatever. We don't talk about politics, but
Yeah.
I just thought that's very interesting.
I'm looking it up. I want to see if I can find
I
this.
thought I saw that as a trending
Oh.
thing on Twitter, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I think I saw that. I think it was
Yeah,
yesterday.
I see. Okay, so it's this.
Because when
Yes.
during the election, he wore a red hat and
Yep.
said,
Make America
great again.
So,
And this looks like it's coming out July 4th.
yeah.
It always comes out around
This
that
is
time,
this is
doesn't
the
it?
It's always in the
perfect.
summer, yeah.
This is like almost the most perfect movie poster. It's just the hat, and it says July 4th. That's all you need.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
And
it should have some blood on it.
It's not hashtagged, right? It's just on the hat. It just says
the first purge.
Yeah.
But
I think
I'm
it was
guessing you got
I think it was
from
a trending hashtag
Twitter.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Now the thing about the Purge movies is they're very, very political.
They
And
are.
to be.
I don't care about the political part of it.
I don't. I thought I liked the original idea of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's scary,
Even
but it
though
will
it's-
never happen.
It'll never happen. And what it actually is the rich stay rich because the Purge wipes out a large portion of the poor.
I like those movies because the intensity of the fact that they make it so real that you're like, what if that happened? Like,
Right.
it's just, they make you really think about it.
Right.
And it's scary.
It is.
It's super
It is.
scary. Then you try to think about, well, what the fuck would we do? Like, grab my freaking Harley Quinn bat up there is what I do.
Yeah.
Put some spikes in it.
It's like you have to put something on with that because that can only do so much.
Yeah.
Can't block a bullet with a bat.
Grab my Gallahorn down there.
Oh yeah, that'll scare him. That'll
Yeah.
scare him right away.
What about a straw?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go to this straw question.
Is this like the straw in my drink or
Yes.
Yes,
straw?
it is.
Actually, you can use it for visual aid if you
yes,
want to.
there's
that
your
a
visual aid.
Straw that a horse eats.
So I don't know if you guys
What?
remember or not,
Oh,
Horses
okay.
eat straw.
Yeah.
but there was a big question that came up that over the internet that went viral either last year or the year before, and it was, what color is the dress?
Yep.
There's just a lot of blow up, a lot of conversation over this, a picture of this dress. The question is how many holes does a straw have? So I'm asking you that. How many holes, and I'm talking like this straw right here, how many holes does that straw have?
Alex,
could
don't play with this straw.
say- I could say 3.
What?
What?
How do you get?
How do you
Okay.
get? Okay, so
let me explain.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
So you could think about it as surface holes and through holes. So like right here, there's a hole on the surface. So there's one.
And then there's a hole
on
going
one
down.
other, and then there's the
a hole
hole
at the
that
bottom.
goes all the way through.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay, so you say that there are 3 holes in
Have
it.
you? Did you ever see that response?
No, I didn't. That's actually that's a deep response right there.
Yeah.
So that's a thinking out of the box response.
I've seen something similar with a T-shirt that had 2 holes in the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that around on social media, but I have not seen the straw one.
Yeah, so I was reading people's comments, and people are going like crazy over answering this shit,
Right.
Yeah.
and like doing like math problems.
So tell me, what are you? I mean, how many answers?
There
could
is,
be?
and there is. I don't think there's a right answer. Is really the just like there's
So-
not a right answer. Well, I mean, technically, yes, there was a right answer to the dress, but I think it had a lot to do with the light and the whether or not you're colorblind. And,
Right.
but
Right.
I really don't think
So
there's
what's
a right
your
answer. My answer, I say there's one hole.
Which is the one
the whole thing.
all the way through?
Because
Yes,
it's a rolled.
because if you think about it, it's so I looked up, and I'm going to read it. I looked up what is the definition of a hole.
Well, hold on. Let me give you my answer.
Oh yes, so Josh,
I say 2.
you say 2 holes. So
Yeah,
you're talking
because
about like the
it's
opening.
top and bottom.
You're talking about
Okay.
the opening at the top and the opening at the bottom of
Yes.
the straw.
Yes, the orifice of it entirely is
Because I'm
one.
thinking
Shit. Now I'm thinking 3. Because
of what I said?
That's yeah.
Okay, so
And it seems crazy to even think of that being
It's
a number to that, you know?
yeah. Go
Or it could
on
be
with
one.
your
Okay, so
full definition.
there is
Yeah.
a definition of a hole. A hole is a
What is a hole?
a hole is a hollow place in a solid body or surface.
So that's one.
So
hole.
that's a hole.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, just by going off the definition, it's a hole. But it also depends on what you're talking about. Is it? I mean, a straw. I mean, yeah, it's a solid body, but there are other things. There's a pit, a ditch, a trench, a cavity, a crater. So that doesn't really go along with a straw. That's
Yeah.
just there's a hole in the straw. So you can talk about, like you were saying, Brett. There is there can
Actually,
be 3.
Now I'm
holes.
saying 1 because there's no bottom to the hole.
Yeah.
But
What
if
if
you
you
want to say
keep the
2, there's a
straw?
bottom
But
to each
it
side.
says it's a hollow place. So
if you
a
pinch-
hollow place.
What if you pinch the straw in half so that
That was the other thing people
yeah,
were saying.
Then
Go
there's
through.
then there's 2 holes.
Then there's two holes. So if you pinch it, or if you have a
Someone said if you have a Taco Bell straw, because apparently it's really hard to get the wrappers out, so you keep wind up bending it. So
So you
someone
get
said
5
like
holes in
8
it.
or 5. Or
well, not just Taco Bell, but if you accidentally trying to get it out of the wrapper, bend it and it cracks.
Yep. Think
which
of
is
Subway.
annoying as hell.
Subway's probably the hardest because it comes in plastic.
Yeah.
it does not say anything though, because that's the definition of a hole. That's all it is. It's just this tiny thing, a hollow place in a solid body or surface.
It's open to interpretation.
Yes,
It really is.
So it doesn't say it has to have a bottom to it.
But if
It
you
just
think,
says it's
if you
a
think
this
Well,
is a hole.
it's
right
a
here.
vertical,
Say-
it's a vertical straw. So let's say the hole goes down. It touches the bottom. That's the bottom of that hole. So you flip it over. So it's basically you want to say that it has 2 holes
Plus,
and 2 bottoms.
if you're walking in the grass and you step in a hole,
That's a
it's
hole.
still a hole.
Wow. What a hole.
There was a bottom to that hole.
There
It
was.
was way down there.
So, but yeah, there were so many different comments. There were people that saying 3, 1, 2. Those, I think those were but no, I don't think it was 3. Some people said 4, I think. Someone said it also depends on a bendy straw. Like one of the bendy straws.
That doesn't change the answer.
I didn't see how it changed the answer either.
Yeah.
Nope.
How does a bendy straw change the answer from 1 to 2? Now, if you
can't
pinch
see
the
it.
straw like you said, that changes the answer.
Yes.
Because if you bend it, then there's 2 holes.
Yes.
Okay.
I still say there's 1.
So
if
open
you
to
are,
interpretation.
yes, open to interpretation, especially to our fans and people that are listening to us. What do you think? Why don't you say something on social media or on SoundCloud, on our Instagram, anything about this, anything that's we tweet out or we post about episode 95. Answer the question, what do you think? How many holes does a straw have? This is kind of a deep question. I'm like, I really don't know if there's a right answer.
Right.
All right, so let's move on to our...
Let's talk about
our next one.
the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we watched that on Sunday. We did a lottery.
Yeah, we did like a Royal Rumble lottery.
Yeah, so we would draw numbers, put our name down, and then that number would be the person represented coming out. So it'd be, let's say you get number 7, that's number 7 coming out for the Royal Rumble. You get that person until they're out, and that's it. So it's kind of like fantasy, too.
So I thought there was a guessing element to it.
There is.
There is.
All you're doing is drawing numbers.
It's a randomizer,
Yeah,
really.
but you don't have to guess who's going to come out on number X.
Right.
No.
Right, no. It's
So
like...
if I had...
You just get who you get when you
If I had
draw the number.
5 and Randy Orton comes out, and if he gets out, then I'm done.
Yeah.
That
But you have
number's
more
not-
than one.
You have more
Yeah.
than one.
Yeah, we had
I
5.
think we had 5 each.
We had 5 each. Well, we did couples together.
Couples were together.
Yep. Wayne won the women's.
And Rick and Darcy.
Rick and Darcy won the men's.
Rick is just a winner. He just
Yeah.
wins at everything, Rick.
Yes, he does.
He won fantasy.
He won
wins-
bowling.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
our
winning
bowling
bowling.
team is rocking it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Rick will give you some money to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he'd love it.
I know
Yeah,
he
he
would.
He would.
First ever.
How was the actual Rumble?
It was good.
Which one?
Well,
There were
both,
2.
Both.
There were 2. There was the
it was
first women's Royal Rumble match.
There's the women's.
So
And it
who-
was good.
who
Holy
won it?
cow! Well, for the men's, Shinsuke Nakamura. He's the Japanese guy that you thought was really weird. He dances around weird, but
Yes.
he is.
He is
great.
amazing.
He has-
love his character.
He's got a great fan base.
Love it. Love his music too. Oh my god.
He beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he did.
nice.
Oh,
And
thank
everybody
God.
loved that.
Yeah, Philly. It was in Philly.
So-
It was in that's what we were saying. We're like, oh my god, when it came down to Roman Reigns and him, we're like, if Roman Reigns gets it, Philly will
They will riot.
They will riot.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Who does he fight at WrestleMania?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
And
He got to pick which one he wanted.
What
to.
women won?
Her name is
Asuka.
Asuka.
The weird looking one that I asked you about?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
She is
and she
still
again.
undefeated.
I really wanted her to win too.
So what does the female winner get?
Same choice. She gets
Same
to
choice,
pick.
but she actually didn't say who she was.
I think she's going to do Charlotte Flair.
But right when she was about to say who she was going to verse, whether it be Alexa Bliss or Charlotte, Ronda Rousey
Okay, I wonder-
came out.
That was my next question.
Yes,
Yep.
Ronda Rousey came out. She came out in the middle of the ring, silent, and all she did was point up at the sign that said WrestleMania. Man, it's like
Drink
I've been,
some water.
It's like I've been drinking.
It'll be
tonight.
okay.
And that's it. And then she walked off, and then that was the end of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I would say the heavyweight title shot match took the entire show. That was with Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane.
Yeah,
It was pretty good.
It was actually a good
It
match.
was a slugfest, and it was nice. And
I thought I was like, Brock was
Lesnar.
or not. Braun Strowman is picking these guys up and throwing them. Like they are toys.
we about saw a UFC match in the ring. Braun Strowman kneed Brock Lesnar in the face.
Oh, and he got
Brock Lesnar
he was like,
punched him right back and said,
and
"Don't you do that again."
yes, he
So,
okay, there was
like
a
breaking character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, not Brock Lesnar,
Well,
but I mean, I
yes
guess
and
they're
no.
both
Like
pretty
you could tell it
aggressive.
wasn't on purpose, and he got heated from it.
Yeah, yeah.
And Brock Lesnar, you could watch. There was a slow mo punch to the head, and it's like you could see Braun Strowman's brain just like bounce out of his head. It was like bam, oh,
Why'd you hit me?
bam. No, it was just like you could hear the punch in the head. It was that bad. We had an astronomical event happen earlier this morning. The U.S. hasn't been able to see it for about 150 years. The last time we were able to see this event was 1866. We had a super blue blood moon. We had 3 different moon phases all in one time. So a super moon is when the moon is at its closest to the Earth. So it's big. The second thing, a blue moon is a second full moon inside of 30 days, like inside of a month. So we had a full moon for January 1st, like New Year's, and then we had another full moon today. The blood moon is when we have a lunar eclipse at the same time. You've got the sun, we have the Earth in the middle, and then we have the moon. When that happens, we get a lunar eclipse, but the light bends around the Earth and shines on the moon, it makes it red. Yep. So it was a super blue blood moon. And I went outside in Indiana. We didn't have, I think we were able to, if it was clear, it was partial coverage or partial view of it. Yeah. The West Coast apparently is like California. They would have had like the best view of it. Josh woke me up at 7:30 and I went outside and looked and we had just cloud coverage everywhere. So there's no way we were going to be able to see it. So I got on NASA's Twitter. They had a whole bunch of telescopes aimed at it so you can watch it live. So I watched the eclipse. So it was cool. It was definitely not as cool as a solar eclipse, like not even close. But it was pretty cool because all of a sudden the moon just disappears after being a big white moon. And all of a sudden it's like the shadow passes over the moon and then boom, it's red. So it looks pretty cool. Have you been doing keeping up on your Marvel schedule?
I have not.
We have.
Oh, we have. We watched Thor last night.
So we went through Captain America and then we did the Iron Man
and then Hulk.
And then the Incredible Hulk.
I have Hulk in my possession, but I've only watched like the first half hour.
Then we did Iron Man 2. Then we did Thor.
Yeah, so we watched
Next
Thor
is
last
the Avengers.
Night. And Josh and I were watching Thor last night. We're like,
it's good.
It's a great movie.
It's actually a good movie on its own.
And I could not. I had probably only actually seen Thor
when we bought it.
There were so many Easter eggs in all of these movies. It's ridiculous.
It's nice that you see it. You know, they were talking about Eric Selvig. He mentions gamma radiation in
and knowing
Thor.
That he has a friend.
So he had interactions with Bruce. Yeah. Bruce Banner, and he says that, and it's nonchalant. You just don't pick up on those kinds of things.
Well, when they're 10 years apart, not 10, but when they're several years apart, you forget stuff.
That Hawkeye was in it.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah,
totally forgot.
They don't tell them or say that it's Hawkeye.
They say his name though.
Yes, they do say his name.
His actual character's name.
Yeah, but they don't call him Hawkeye.
Right. Alex and I, what we're doing with this Marvel challenge is we are doing one Marvel movie a week in chronological order as best it is. Mm-hmm. So next is the Avengers, and then I think we do Thor: The Dark World.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah. So we're moving on through there, and then eventually it comes to the point where we're watching movies in order of release as well. Yeah. Because they take place in the same time frame.
Yeah, they're doing better at releasing
things. They go in
things.
order.
Real quick, because we're talking about Marvel.
Yeah.
What was announced?
Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch the trailer to that. You didn't see the Ant-Man, did you?
I haven't.
No. It's so good. Paul Rudd.
You don't think it's going to be a good movie, and it was a great movie.
Every single movie that Marvel's come out with from after being purchased by Disney has been A+. Yeah. Practically. Mm-hmm. We're going to be seeing the Black Panther in theaters next month, so we're going to kind of go out of order there a little bit.
Well,
but we can always rewatch it right before we go see Infinity War. I totally spaced.
I know, I cannot wait for that movie.
Yeah.
Well, when does Infinity War come out?
May.
Hopefully it's out by then.
Let's get out of here, guys. 95 is done.
It's done.
In the book.
In the book. So we'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.